Okay, I made it on time. I have been rushing around for the past like 5 minutes to get everything ready. I'm intrigued to see. Also, I think the answer is Curse of Predation. I think maybe Curse of Thirst. It's one of those two. But I made it. Was got home only recently. Yeah, Curse of Thirst. Yeah, it was my first guess was. Oh. Oh God. Okay. It's only unnatural that on a plane a spooky instrument number 6. Oh right, there's 13 bits of broken plate. There's 13 blood drips. There's 13 knives and food, like cutlery things. Oh, there's 13 dots on this barrel. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 like things here. 1, 2, 3. That's 13 logs. Fuck's sake. Oh, there's 13 wall panels. Come on. The ceiling. Oh, Jesus. That's honestly really great. I actually really like that. That's really cool. Oh, this is very quiet. I need one of the survivors. It's Sagada. Yeah, Lysa definitely didn't survive. She didn't survive any of the Innistrad sets. She was dead before any of them happened. But yeah, Bruna and Gisela did not have a great time. Hello. Oh, I need to move my fucking thing out of the way. Oh, God. I'm so out of breath. I've been like rushing around for the past like 10 minutes to get everything ready. I barely did it in time. I'm intrigued to see what the fuck is happening with this set. Oh shit! Thank you very much, Katie. I didn't realize you were streaming. I'm sorry. I put a thing in your Discord. That's my bad. I didn't realize you were streaming. I was too busy rushing about. Nah, it's all. I had to start immediately. I was like, the stream starts in like a. Oh, you guys can't see it because my webcam is on. Hang on. There, it starts in like a minute and a half. God, look at that! Oh, that's so pretty. And say that silhouette of a creature can be seen on the surface when it strikes the moon. What is that animal? Yeah, I would assume either a wolf or a. It's definitely not a rabbit. I would assume wolf. That seems the most sensible, but I imagine Joe probably knows more than I do. So. Oh, thank you very much for the sub. Oh, I need to. Now, everybody in here, everybody who's not invested in Magic, anyone who sticks around, you're just gonna see some really pretty art and a bunch of people talking nonsense. So stick for the art if you want. You know, that's worth. Oh, I was wrong. It's not a wolf. I guess so. Yeah, it's a heron. I guess. And Joe must be right. I don't know what the fuck a moondrake is. No, I say this is the Midnight Hunt. This is the new Magic set that comes out like in a month, I think. Oh, it's dying. Look at that fucking art. That's so good. I didn't get to see the art. I didn't get to read the art. It was a very long, like, Eastern European name, and I didn't have the time to decipher it. Here we go. Ooh. Oh, that's fucking sick. It's a very specific vibe. Is it gonna be Jimmy? It's gonna be Jimmy. They never get the other guy, Josh Lee Kwai. It's always.
Welcome
Oh no.
to the debut of Innistrad Midnight Hunt, where the night is dark and full of terrors. just the way that werewolves like it.
I
I'm
forgot.
your host, Joe Manganiello. As some of you
forgot they
know,
were going.
I'm a longtime Magic player, but I have been practicing especially hard for this day because I have assembled some of the Wizards of the Coast staff, and they're going to explain some of the features of this fan favorite plane. And I also have someone else
You're
here
welcome to
who
DM me
is an
something, yeah,
expert in
sure.
all things magic, my good friend Jimmy Wong.
Oh, Jimmy is here,
Yes,
yes.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I love Innistrad. I'm super excited. Werewolves, one of my favorite creatures. And hey, you know something about werewolves, don't you?
What do you mean?
What? That's like suspicious. Why would you answer it? That's something a werewolf would say, and you.
All right, I hate to cut you off, but we gotta get this going before the sun sets.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so as I was saying, we are going back to the fan favorite plane of Innistrad and all of its gothic horror glory.
Sure thing.
We're also inviting players to take part in the Harvesttide Festival, where werewolves and warlocks roam the woods in Midnight Hunt.
And one thing is always certain: when you're on Innistrad, there's always something scary lurking behind every corner or card. You ready to do this?
It is time to become what you fear, Jimmy.
Yeah?
Let's go.
What do you mean? That's weird. Just an interesting thing to say.
And here we have Maris Mullally, the narrative design manager at Wizards of the Coast. Hi, Maris.
Hey, Mary.
Hi, it's good to see you guys.
Hey, just a heads up, I gotta get out of here before sunset.
Should be a problem.
He's just messing. He's not. He's totally fine, right? Yeah. So, Maris, we're going back to Innistrad. I'm so excited.
Yes, back to Innistrad. Our first time we were there, 2011, a whole decade ago.
Jeez.
It's been 5 years since the last time we visited Innistrad, at least in our timeline,
Wow,
in our
so,
world.
I mean, that's a lot of time passed. What's
Yes.
been going on in Innistrad since then?
Since we last were there, the Eldrazi are gone, but it's still a pretty dangerous place for humans. Innistrad in general is just built around gothic horror themes, so there's darkness, there's the creepy, ominous shadows, and all of the creatures that hide in those shadows.
Okay, well, you know, I always loved how immersive Innistrad was, so can you tell us a little bit about the process of returning to a plane that people are familiar with? Like, what's new this time?
Part of it was we went old. Like, we had the Eldrazi in the last time we visited Innistrad, but this time we said, okay, we want to go full back. What are the core themes of original Innistrad? Werewolves, ghouls, zombies, but we wanted to add a bit of kind of charm and flavor and remind everybody that while humans are delicious and the bottom of the food chain, they are also resilient, and they've been all about survival. So we've got a big centerpiece of
Look at
Midnight
that.
Hunt, which is the Harvesttide. And it's a place where some of the humans, a coven of witches, have come to kind of try to help the humans because, you know, when you mess with the moon, it starts really messing around with your day-night cycle, and things are getting dark. The chances that the humans have to kind of survive is getting harder. Longer nights, shorter days. It's time for the Dawnheart Coven to try to fix things.
Okay,
Oh,
so
that's
the
cool.
moon has been messed with. Consequences are happening.
Yes.
What are the other things that were really important when you guys came back to Innistrad that you thought we had to keep these? We have to focus on these.
Well, we have to keep things like vampires and werewolves, and for Midnight Hunt, we decided we really wanted to just focus, like, werewolves were the heart of it.
There we go.
Gotcha.
You know,
Wait, what do you mean? What's the,
Yeah.
what are you so happy about?
I just mean, you know, people like werewolves, you know, they're popular. People
Yes.
they're exciting, fierce.
Yeah.
exciting, fierce,
Yeah.
handsome, strong.
Interesting. A lot of
Yes.
comments. Okay, well, focusing back on the set
Right.
here, I feel like the
They're not writing Jimmy as a
Innistrad
dumbass
said
this time, so that's good.
Does that mean
Yes.
that they're gonna have a party?
We haven't had a chance to ever show humans on Innistrad having a party. It's time for them to show off that they've got a little bit of lightheartedness, they have hope, they have come together, they will
party time.
face the darkness together.
And what kind
Party
of
in
characters
Innistrad
can we
confirmed.
expect to see in the set?
Well, the primary folks at the Harvesttide are the humans, but Innistrad is also home to werewolves, vampires, geist, zombies, and, oh my gosh,
Warlocks.
warlocks. Yes. who are
Oh,
also
the
kind
poor
of humans.
spiders. They've been
Warlocks
nixed for
are a
witches.
subgroup of humans. Yeah,
So the humans have started figuring out how to
they're the magical humans.
battle against
Yes.
the creatures of the night.
There we go.
They don't want to just all be food.
Right. Well, you know me, I'm a visual learner. Can we see some of this amazing art? I know
Yes.
there's gotta be a lot.
Yes.
Ooh.
Let's start with the werewolves. Let's start with the like creative, exciting heart of Midnight Hunt.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
That's cool.
There are more werewolf attacks happening. People in Kessig
Oh,
are
it's Chris
going
Morales?
missing. There is rumor of a new hell pack that has kind of started forming and is growing rapidly. And as the nights get longer,
That's so
just-
cool.
Yeah, it's just perfect for them.
I like
Their hunting time expands.
Well, it looks like there's a pumpkin being ripped apart. The werewolves are just kind of trashing the Harvesttide Festival. Is that right? The party, they've invaded the party.
They don't like the decor.
They weren't invited to the party, and now they're angry, and they're going to
You
come.
make a fair point. They probably weren't invited to the party.
There are other things happening. The humans are fighting on the front lines. As it appears like the warlocks are doing a lot here as well.
They are. Like, humans on Innistrad,
Interesting that the warlocks are like kind of good.
A
Good aligned. Well, they seem to be anyway.
They are resilient. Some of them have taken up arms as soldiers, as Cathars, to fight back the forces of night. Some used to follow Avacyn, but now that she's gone, they've taken other paths. And some are returning to the hedge magic of the past, and those are the covens and the hedge witches and warlocks.
Well, and they always say you have to know your enemies. Werewolves are not fans of vampires. Where do the vampires play into all of this?
So the vampires, they're present, but they're kind of hanging back and watching what the werewolves are doing. They are interested in this long night. They are interested in the growing despair that the humans are feeling. But they're gonna let the werewolves do the work right now. We'll definitely see a lot more of those vampires in our next set of Crimson Vow.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
All right, now how about the zombies?
Sauron's gonna get cucked. Still my personal
Okay.
headcanon.
Meet Wilhelt the Rot Cleaver. So Wilhelt the Rot Cleaver is one of our new commanders, and
Never done
this
the zombie
card features
control
one of
dies.
the new zombie mechanics, Decay.
Ooh.
Decayed. It can't block. When it attacks, sacrifice it at end of combat.
That's interesting.
Hordes of decaying zombies.
Yes.
Sign me up.
That's kind of cool.
Always.
That's a
Not
fun
for
mechanic.
me.
I like that.
I am not a zombie guy.
No?
Nah.
If you're not a fan of zombies, how do you feel about ethereal spirits from the graveyard?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm listening.
So we've got our Geist, we've got our spirits. This is Beloved Beggar, and Beloved Beggar is featuring one of the new mechanics for Midnight Hunt, which is called Disturb.
Disturb. You may cast this card from your graveyard transformed
Oh.
Disturb cost.
That's cool.
Transformations on Innistrad are pretty common, from humans to werewolves, the dead to becoming the undead, or in this case, a spirit. And when you pay the Disturbed cost of Beloved Beggar, you can come back from your graveyard as, in this case, Generous Soul, who's going to protect the village in his afterlife rather than going along to the blessed sleep.
Wow.
Ah, I love that
Yeah.
mechanic. That's
Yeah.
great. So they actually come out of the graveyard transformed into this new ethereal form
Yeah.
to help the humans.
Some to help the humans. I'm sure not all of them are here to help the humans. Some might actually be around to help the werewolves or the vampires. Who
Well, I
knows?
love the transform mechanic, and I feel like with these two sets coming in, there has to finally be enough cards to make a transform deck happen. So that's pretty cool.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
All right, well, this has been an amazing look at the plane and the creatures of Midnight Hunt. But now the story revolves around the Harvesttide Festival, which we're all
Yes.
in the middle of here. What's this festival all about?
The Harvesttide is a week-long event. At the center of the event is a ritual that involves the Celestis, where the Dawnheart Coven is pretty
So
sure
cool.
that the moon and the Eldrazi in the moon is the reason that we're having this imbalance with our day and night.
God, look at that.
So they want
Looks
to
so
do
fucking
a
sick.
ritual that will fix that. And this is a time to connect with the woods, connect with the other humans.
Why would you have a festival in the middle of a werewolf wood?
Why not?
Well, it's also where the Celestis is. But you know, we've got magic up. We've got little warning.
Okay.
But it completely makes sense to me now. The werewolves are angry. Why are they throwing a party in the middle of their woods
In their
without
backyard.
inviting them? I mean, come on. This is like you setting up to have a barbecue in my backyard and you didn't invite me.
It's true. I'm so sorry when that happened. I really didn't mean for that to offend you.
This actually happened a few weeks ago.
And you brought all of this fresh meat to the barbecue as well.
We did. Something tells me things are not going to go quite as planned. Is there any art that we can get a better idea of what's going to happen at this festival?
I mean, if you're going to take the pessimistic approach, I can show you this, which purely hypothetical.
Okay.
I'd like to believe that the event is going to go well.
Well, it looks like there's definitely some trouble brewing in these woods. Quite nice.
That's right. All right. Well, Jimmy and I need
That's
to keep
fun.
this caravan
This is always
moving
really good.
and learn a little bit more about the development of Midnight Hunt. But
Yeah.
Maris, thank you so much for your input.
You're very welcome.
Very nice. Very
Take
nice.
care.
I'm on board. I'm on
Be
board.
safe in those woods.
Oh, we try. Do we? That's your belly, right, Joe? You're just hungry, right?
Yeah. It's okay.
Okay, great.
Sank.
I'm picking up a scent this way, Jimmy.
Yeah? Oh, well, Very good directional sense. We are joined by creative director Doug Beyer and senior art director Taylor Ingverson. How's it going, guys?
Going great. How are you guys?
Very good, very
Awesome. So, Maris talked to us a little bit about the world and story of Midnight Hunt, but I wanted to dive deeper.
That's right. Let's dive deeper.
good. Let's do it.
All right. We all know that on Innistrad, things are always pretty rough for the humans. They're kind of the low part of the food web, if you will.
A bummer for us humans.
Yeah.
But this time during Midnight Hunt, things are even scarier. The days are getting shorter, they're getting colder, the nights are getting longer. There's whispers that, like, maybe we won't even see another sunrise.
Ever?
Ever.
Wow.
If nobody does anything. So we're looking at a world where there's this unnatural darkness encroaching on the world, and with it, it's bringing this unseasonal, weird, supernatural frost that's kind of falling over the whole world. You can see this frost in this cycle of Dual Lands.
Oh, two of my favorite words in the world. Let's take a look. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, what's coming down out of the sky here? Is that frost you're talking about?
Yeah, we're actually seeing some of the disruption with the current occupant of the moon has caused some weirdness in the day-night pattern on Innistrad, and that's this effect that you're seeing in the sky around the sun and moon. You can also see these Dual Lands in borderless versions.
Unless you control 2 or more other
That's
lands.
fun about the frost is because it is Innistrad, so even the frost is pokey and dangerous.
Well, as a land fanatic, are we doing anything special with the basic lands in this sense?
Well, yes, if you like special-looking lands,
I do.
there's also the Showcase Eternal Night lands. So take a look at these.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, yeah, I've seen
the
those.
black and white artwork. It's very reminiscent of, like, cold classic horror movies that I stayed up late on the weekends watching when my parents weren't paying attention.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, these are gorgeous.
And I love the idea that if it's just moonlight, it kind of does take the color away from the world and adds that bleakness a little bit.
And if you're really digging those,
Oh, this
Joe,
is- these
you're
are like
gonna love
inverse
this. Those are not
fast lands.
reserved
That's kinda
specifically
interesting.
Just for the lands. We're going to be able to see that treatment on all sorts of creatures as well.
Okay.
First one up is Jadar, Ghoul Caller of Nephalia.
It's the
Oh no, they're more
DKP
slow
one again.
lands.
Yeah.
It's all about making a bunch of zombies. Ooh.
Okay, so he's a human necromancer, it looks like, who's maybe dabbled in the dark arts and can control zombies.
I thought he was giving him a haircut, to be honest, but
Well, you know, your hair and your nails do grow.
That's right.
After you die.
Yeah,
So someone
absolutely.
has to get in there.
yeah, every good zombie needs a good barber. That's a quote I heard all the time growing up.
Yeah.
And here's Jadar in the Showcase Eternal Night
Ooh.
treatment.
That's
And I love the
horrible.
fact that you're able to see 2 versions of the same thing, especially because this
Rise,
black
my
and white
pretty
version
thing,
has
why
that
rot in the
awesome
river when
mask
you can
and
serve at
complete
my
duster
bidding.
look to it as well.
So
It almost
fucking
feels like
sick.
it's a fairy tale version a little bit too.
Oh, that's
like if
super
you told
cool.
The story of this person, the kid might imagine their tongue coming out like that and looking like this much scarier, kind of ominous version.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
That's something cool about Innistrad. Is like you could describe the scariest thing possible, and it still might not be as scary as the real thing that shows up at your doorstep.
Right.
But also immediately recognizable to this particular set. What was the inspiration for this Eternal Night storyline feature?
Yeah. So just kind of like everything else in this time around on Innistrad, it really leans in.
Yeah, they're doing sort of like the inverse of the fast lands, which is kind of
That's
interesting.
Really wonky. So
They're gonna be
sun is
very
kinda the
expensive
opposite of the
immediately.
moon,
It's
so we
gonna be
really wanted
annoying.
to think about what could be high contrast and opposites in the artwork, and that led us to the inspiration of jumping back into old classic movies and movie posters, the black and white, and it really just helps it jump off of the card.
Yeah, wow, that is really cool.
When I noticed that with magic art, that you really do allow artists to then reimagine a character that maybe fans were aware of previously, and now you get to see them in a new way.
So, if you like werewolves,
Oh.
like Arlen, who is our favorite.
Oh, there's
werewolf
they're just showing off
planeswalker,
Arlen Cord.
She's pulled between the human side and her wolf essence.
This is the standard frame for Arlen, the Pack's Hope.
Arlen
Day
looks
bound.
very
If a player
old.
casts no spells during their own turn, it becomes night next turn. And on the flip side, Arlen, the Moon's Fury. Nightbound. If a player casts at least 2 spells during their own turn, it becomes day next turn.
So Arlen is our favorite werewolf planeswalker. Her story has always been about being stuck between her human side and her wolf side. She's sort of called to what Tovalar is doing in this set, but she's also concerned about the extinction of all humans on this world. So she is reaching out to other planeswalkers to help. She's concerned that if this
Oh, that's why Teferi's on the set. In the set.
on,
even.
that the sun will never come up, and it's going to be a whole deal.
Right.
And Arlen also comes in this Equinox frame, so that you can see her.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
A bunch of werewolves
Oh,
and
that's so cool.
warlock creatures in the set that have this frame.
That's fantastic.
Something that is
She
particularly
looks like a
exciting about
Bloodborne
Arlen
boss.
on this
Holy
one
shit.
is on her human side,
That's
if you
fucking
look closely,
sick.
you can see this is sort of one of the first times we get to see.
Oh, look at like
a
the
wolf kind of
torn
half
threads
in,
on like the
half
other.
out
Oh,
of their
that's so
transformation.
fucking sick.
I also love this surrealistic style. That's such a cool collector.
Exactly, that's been our attempt to
Yeah.
broaden out the visual style.
Oh, what the
Magic Captures.
fuck
If
is
you're a
that?
fan
Is
of
that the
this style,
borderless
somebody
one?
else is not that into it. That's okay.
Why is
There's
she dressed
all
like
these
a
different
Cathar?
expressions of the visual excitement of Innistrad in different styles.
Right.
Maybe that's like
So the
her
internal
original
night frames
transformation or
show
whatever.
the
Oh, no, yeah, I think she was a
darkness.
Cathar in her.
Equinox frames show the brightness that could possibly occur. But I love these Equinox frames. There's so much flavor, and I love the small details in between them too, from day to night, which you can really feel in the art, which is awesome.
Right, right. The sun in the corner, then you get the moon,
Yeah.
you get that crescent moon there.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
Don't look too hard at the moon, right?
You know, speaking of moon, I'm feeling a little itchy, Jimmy. If we, I want to move this along.
Yeah, let's definitely do that. He's such a good actor, this guy. I love it. Okay, well, where were we? Right. Arlen, and you mentioned someone named Tovalar. Who's that?
Yeah. So with the growing, like nights are getting longer and the cycle.
Oh, this is our Werewolf Commander.
Arlen is becoming more and more concerned with sort of the strength of the Howl packs on Innistrad, and in particular one leader called Tovalar.
Oh, hey! This is a Werewolf Commander. So exciting.
Very powerful werewolf commander.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, I
his
noticed
backside looks like an
Tovar
idiot.
Holding something in his hand. He has a sword. There's something special about that. Do you want to explain that?
Yeah, he's sort of the first werewolf to transition, still holding on to his beloved weapon. So he's the first wolf that'll be roaming around Innistrad.
I just
swinging
wanted to
around
draw a
the sword.
card.
So
We
he's
give
not
everything to
full
trim all of the
beasted
worlds
out.
when
He
it comes
actually
night.
retains some of that humanity.
Yeah, he's pretty unique in that sense that he can sort of maintain a little bit of his composure even when his humors get the better of him.
These werewolves do look a bit scarier than the ones I think we've seen in the past. Even the ones that were mixed with Eldrazi, these look very strong.
Something that is super, super cool and really special about werewolves on Innistrad is that we're so excited to introduce a new strain of werewolf called the Dire strain, which Tovalar is actually the leader of. And they are massive, like
Beginning of your
a
upkeep. Oh,
Tovalar in
fuck's
a
that called?
human form.
I'll get to read these later. I'm not gonna try and read them now.
Basic werewolf on Innistrad.
Oh, I like the little like
So,
silhouette guys.
He's even bigger. Bigger, stronger, faster, and holy buckets you wouldn't want.
What
to
happens?
beat
Yeah,
one.
maybe we get to see some wolf here.
No, that's
not gonna get to see any wolf
definitely
here.
For sure. Good thing they're on.
They got retconned
our
out of
side.
existence.
So you created this day-bound, night-bound mechanic to mimic how the werewolves transform. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so transforming is a huge part of going back to Innistrad. Werewolves flipping back and forth from their human side to their werewolf side is something that people are familiar with. And this
I can't
time
wait to see what
around,
that
especially
animation
with
looks like in
the
Arena.
versions
It's gonna
of
look fucking
werewolf
sick.
that we're bringing in, it was a good opportunity for us to really sort of highlight stories from your human side to your wolf side. So you'll see similar jewelry, clothing, and any adornments, even wacky hairstyles transferring over to your wolf side. And then with the Dire strain, since they sort of are most comfortable in their skin as a wolf, they kind of embody that in their human form. So they intentionally wear larger jewelry, bigger, baggier clothing, because they're kind of uncomfortable in their human skin. And when they wolf out, everything fits just perfectly.
Yeah, very smart. I love that you've done some research and talked to werewolves about issues that they've had, and then incorporated them into the card.
Did you interview?
No, I'm just thinking about everything you've said today, Joe, and I'm getting more nervous. I'm also really excited because I hope we get to see more cards before I die.
Well, do you want to see some more cards, Jimmy? Let's talk about some more cards.
Okay, sick. Let's do it.
Well, I mean, I know these werewolves seem intimidating.
That's
but
pretty
that's
great.
okay, because the humans have some stuff up their sleeves as well. They are joining with the forces of the Dawnheart Coven, which is a force of witches and warlocks that are coming out of the woodwork. They're kind of an ancient nature-worshipping coven of warlocks led by Catilda, and they are here to do something about this day-night disruption. They want to put a stop to it so that the world can be safe for humans again.
Right, and Avacyn's gone, right? So they need someone to look to in these dire times.
That's right. So in Avacyn's absence, they have turned their worship to the Archangel Sigarda. So would you like to see
New
cool
Sigarda?
angel? New angel.
Oh,
Yeah,
count
Sigarda.
me
Let's take a look
in.
at her.
Finally, some non-werewolves.
She has this Coven mechanic, very powerful card actually, which you can see there. The Coven mechanic represents this connection, this pact that's between the Dawnheart Witches and their allies at the Harvesttide Festival. This is showing how diverse groups of creatures are all coming together to work against the werewolves and use their powers, their different powers, literally their different power and toughnesses to be their source of strength.
That's cool.
Teamwork
I
makes
like
the
that.
dream work, as
That's right.
always. Very cool.
And Sigarda also comes in an Eternal Night frame.
Oh yeah, that's
Beautiful.
awesome.
I mean, I
Oh,
love
that's
that
nice.
it's a close-up. You know, there's so much to look at in terms of the cards. Like, each card is its own work of art. There's so much to explore in each one of these images.
Speaking to my heart.
These are awesome sort of examples too, just bringing it back again of like allowing artists to sort of play around in the toolbox that we provide.
Right.
You can see in her Eternal Night version, she's got a lot more of like a flower crown going on, sort of bringing in again a lot more of that Harvesttide vibe to her and sort of taking the flowers and everything that's
I
happening.
like sort of the redesign they've done
around
with
this
Sigarda.
event.
Looks
Floating
interesting.
candles too is a really nice touch.
Yeah.
Speaking of floating candles, if you want us, like, Taylor and I love us some floating candles. They're all over this world. They're all over the set. We just couldn't get enough of it as a visual motif, seriously. But one of the characters that's really focused on the Harvesttide Festival is Lenore, Autumn Sovereign, who's kind of the
Oh, yeah,
elected
we've seen
queen
this lady.
of this entire festival.
Oh, beautiful. That pose is so cool. It looks like Lenore is just celebrating the Harvesttide Festival here.
Yeah, she's a great example too of just how insane you can go with your costuming coming to the Harvesttide Festival.
Right.
Like again with the floating candles, she's got those sort of assisting her with her dress and her clothes and her hair and all sorts of other things that she's got going on. You can really go all out and feel one with nature and really one with the warmth and the light that this event brings.
So is this it? Is Arlen really just up against this entire force by herself with just these warlocks and humans around?
No, so like we've been talking about, she is super concerned with the growing night for human safety. So she goes and calls her friend, the Time Mage himself, Teferi.
How is
He
she friends with
travels all over
Teferi?
Innistrad to lend a hand.
Like, it's
with
cool that
all
she's
of
friends
his
with Teferi, but
magic
how?
powers, and
They've
we
met
actually have his art
maybe
here
once?
that we can show for you.
Love how the phases of the moon
Oh,
now
that's cool.
are shown where he's trying to manipulate the phases. I love the way that shows up on the card. That's really
That's very cool. I like
Those are
that.
those happy moments where you can write certain things, and then who we collaborate with on the visual side of things can just bring something special
I
to
kind
it.
of
This is one in
show.
particular.
I don't recognize
Very
that
fitting
artist, and
place
the other
for
one
her
I don't
to
recognize
slow
either.
down whatever's happening over there,
I
right?
mean, to try.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing their best.
Well, and Harvesttide is really not just a big party. This is actually a ritual. That the hope is this ancient spell will be able to rectify the day-night imbalance. The Dawnheart Coven are coming to the Celestis, which is this massive astronomical device in the Kessig Woods. They're putting the Harvesttide Festival there so that they can cast this ritual. They've got Teferi's
that
time
fucking
magic
thing.
trying to slow down that last sunset, and all this is leading up to the final piece, which is this sacred vessel called the Moon Silver Key, which we can see here in the card Secrets of the Key.
Very cool. So that's them working together, but more importantly, we have
Read
two
the red
mechanics on
fiction
here
to
that I'm
find
really
out
excited
more.
about. Investigate as well as
Ooh.
flashback, which is an Innistrad classic.
Yeah, investigate.
Look at this art. They're clearly on the precipice of making things better. Well, they're right there. Maybe they're gonna get it.
That's not a key. That's
Is there
a
anything
fucking.
else that you
That's a ball.
want
But,
or
you know.
can tell us about the making of the set?
Yeah, I mean, it was an absolute blast to work on, and so excited for it to finally like come to life and people to grab onto it and blast open packs. It was great to visit a beloved fan favorite plane, and it's a lot of our favorite planes as well. We got to bring some hope and some warmth to it that Innistrad doesn't usually get to see, and we also got to bring on some more good old scary bits that put the humans in even more danger. If I'm being super honest and really a little bit selfish, werewolves are my favorite monster of all time, and I was just super, super excited to make some really big ones.
Interesting. yes.
Now you know why.
Yeah, we should.
Look at all these werewolf lovers. You guys, okay, cool.
All right,
Yay.
so I think I'm going to speak for a lot of people out there that want to know, do Teferi and Arlen ever find the Moon Silver Key in time?
Well, I can't tell you the whole story quite yet, but if you are interested,
I'm gonna do live
the
readings
tale,
of this
it's
of the
gonna
story.
be,
By the way,
Midnight Hunt
I think
web
I'm gonna try
fiction
to.
coming out very soon.
Oh, exciting. That's
Ooh.
great.
Yeah, I want to try and do live readings of the story.
All right, well, that just about wraps up our first look
Oh,
at
okay.
Midnight Hunt. Jimmy,
It's a bit shorter than I
It
expected.
all looks incredible.
But I
There's
suppose
so
they're
much
not
to
doing
look
the
forward to
2021
with this set,
showcase
man.
stuff.
Check it out, Joe. We finished just in time, a few minutes before the sun sets, and you're gonna turn into a werewolf, right?
Yeah, all right, we better wrap this up.
Yeah, we better, because you're definitely not messing with me, right?
So you thought I was messing with you?
Yeah, because that's the kind of thing you like to do, mess with people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, professional messer over here.
Hey, look, I'm as curious as anybody if Joe's gonna turn into a werewolf, but I kind of gotta go, so
Fine.
Fine. Previews are starting now, so be sure to sign up and tune in on September 16th for the launch of Midnight Hunt on Arena, and maybe there'll
Oh
be
shit! It's like in
special things.
2 weeks.
to go
Okay.
along with it.
And you can also head to your local game store to plan a pre-release on September 17th.
Yeah, well, thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Whew, good stuff, man. You want to get like a bite to eat or something?
Oh,
I'd love to, Jimmy.
what was that? I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait and see. Yeah, here we go. Oh, okay, right. It's for Crimson Vow. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. We get the fucking loading screen. That was interesting. Were those all the returning mechanics we got to see? Oh, it's fucking sick, huh? Yeah, that was pretty cool. Let's go webcam. Shit. Oh, that's my fan here. It's good old fan. And yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in there. I'm intrigued to see more of it. There was some very pretty art, but that kind of goes without saying. That's always the case. Let's get some music, because I'm probably gonna stay in chat for like 5-10 minutes or so. There we go. Yeah. Let's actually take a look at some of those cards. That's probably a good idea. Here we go. We can take a look at some of the cards. How many have we seen? Seen Join the Dance with this Spice 8 rack looking guy on the front. Yeah, it's got Flashback. So yeah, we know Flashback is here. We know Investigate is here. And I guess Transform is the other returning mechanic. I was really hoping to see Madness, but we might see that with the vampires. Oh, yeah, we haven't seen much of Ren and Seven, so we don't really know what she's doing there. Champion of the Parish is, yeah, with, whatever the card is called. I don't remember what the card was called, but, the, Disturb, that's it, casting stuff in your yard. Yeah, I guess Transform counts as a returning mechanic, so... yeah, Infernal Grasp. So yeah, here's Arlen. I've kind of looked at Arlen already, but so yeah, these are the old like Arlen cards, and there's also Garuk here for some reason. I guess because he's a Transform Walker, but yeah, it's original Arlen Cord, Arlen Voice of the Pack from War of the Spark. Arlen the Moon's Fury is pretty cool. I'm a fan of her giving me mana and also turning into a 5/5 that nobody can really touch, so that's kind of fun. Infernal Grasp is ridiculous. Like, that card is insane, and I'm not looking forward to dealing with that thing in Standard. This is in Spanish, I think. Oh no, it's Portuguese. Contortionist Troop enters the battlefield with X+1/+1 counters. Covenant, at the beginning of your end step, if you cause 3 creatures with different power, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. That's really good. That seems very good. because it helps you maintain Coven as well, which is good. Yeah, it hasn't really posted any of the cards we just saw yet. Yeah, here's the day and night tokens. Those will be cool to get a hold of. Oh, hang on. They've just spoiled some of the new ones. Oh, they're not here. Hang on, that's annoying. I need to like go into like my spoilers. I want to read the werewolf guy. What does he do? So, Tovalar, Dire Overlord. Whenever a wolf or werewolf you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, and his other side has the same thing. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 or more wolves and/or werewolves, it becomes night. Then transform any number of human werewolves you control. I mean, I assume that was just the case anyway, but that seems weird because night seems to just do that anyway. But I don't know. And then Tovalar. Target wolf or werewolf you control gets +X/+0 and gains trample until end of turn. Oh, I guess the old ones don't have, the old werewolves don't have Nightbound, so that's fair. Maybe they'll be errata to have Daybound and Nightbound. I don't know. I didn't read Sagada at all. What does Sagada do? Oh no, I did. Never mind. She tutors up humans. What's Secrets of the Key? That's cool. I don't know if it's good, but it's cool. I'm intrigued to see more of that card. That's Oh, I didn't read Will Help much. Whenever another zombie you control dies, if it didn't have Decayed, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice a zombie if you do draw a card. I'll sacrifice it at end of combat. He doesn't combo with himself. That's a shame. I think those are all the cards that we've seen, but yeah, I wasn't like super sold on this set to begin with. I'm a fan. I think it's cool. But yeah, I think I'm on board with this. I mean, I was anyway. Like, I was, I wasn't like ill cringe at this set at all. I was just, I wasn't like excited for it. I was just like, oh, this could be cool. I was very like, positively neutral. I was like a, thumbs up and nothing more than that. But now I'm like, yeah, this is pretty fucking sick. And I've had that reaction to like a million different sets in the past where I'm just like, yeah. And then they've shown me anything of the set and I've gone, oh, okay, no, this is awesome. I think I had the exact same reaction with like Strixhaven, where I went from like not really caring to actually being like, oh, this is super cool. I'm trying to think what other sets I had the reaction to. Ikoria, I think. I don't know actually. I'm not sure what sets I had that specific reaction to. But Strixhaven was definitely the most recent one, was where I wasn't really that fussed about it, and then they showed me the set, and I was like, okay, wow, never mind, this is amazing. But yeah, I'm pretty hyped. I think that's cool. Either way, I think I'm probably gonna head off now, just because I got shit to do. I want to go like eat my dinner, and I got some writing to do tonight as well. So yeah, so I'll probably head off here. Is anyone streaming? Anyone worth raiding? No, not really. So I'll just head off here. It's been a while since I've had a chance to raid anybody, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. I will be back tomorrow, most likely twice over, because I want to do some writing on stream, and I also want to stream Chrono Trigger in the evening. I haven't streamed as much as I wanted to this week, because I ended up being, like, I was supposed to be busy yesterday, and instead I was busy today. So, yeah, whatever. But I want to try and, like, get some streaming done, like do some streaming and the sort over the next, like, few days. I definitely want to, like, get writing done as well, because I haven't had a huge amount of time to do that. Problem is I have like a big like D&D game to prep for on Saturday and not much time to prepare it. So I'm just gonna play it by ear and see how everything is. But either way, hope folks have enjoyed themselves. I'm gonna head off now. I will Absolute worst case, if I don't stream during the afternoon tomorrow, I will be streaming Chrono Trigger. I don't know if I'm going to finish it tomorrow, but if I can, I will try. But yeah, I will head off here. Hopefully see some of you tomorrow. See ya.